Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kennesaw State Owls Dynasty here on College Football 25. Our Owls come off a tough loss last time out, a 31-21 defeat at the hands of Liberty, who are actually the defending champions here in Conference USA. Today we're visiting Western Kentucky as we're here at the Hill taking on the Hilltoppers. They enter at 6-1. Whereas Kennesaw State 1-6, so reversed records here in this one as the Owls still seeking our first conference victory in this series. Last time out, a very good game overall, probably the best, most complete performance we were able to put together, and hopefully we can build on that here today, here at the opening kickoff, as we are now underway here from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Very good atmosphere here in Kentucky. Hilltoppers fans going crazy here as their team playoff aspirations at this point. 6-1, you know, if you win out, you might be sneaking in as that bottom seed in this new playoff format. So the Owls defense out there as the Hilltoppers take over at the 25 to start. Voltkamp, the quarterback, and so give it to the running back. Broken tackle off the bat, and Elijah Young, 14 yards on his first touch. Spent some time at Missouri before transferring here to Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers 6-1, as I said. They actually defeated Alabama back in week 1 for the biggest win here in program history. Off the fake, they hit there on the slant. Caden Veltkamp, another big hit in the passing game. And that's kind of what he's had most of the year so far. Very good numbers here for the junior quarterback, I believe. As now Western Kentucky quickly into Kennesaw State territory. I'm going to go with the outside run here. Paul couldn't bring him down, doesn't make contact. And I think that's coming back to a hold. We've been the beneficiary to a lot of holding calls here in recent games, but we'll take what we can get. CJ Kiss, 10 yards there on the holding call. It'll now be 1st and 18 for the Hilltoppers. 3 tight ends out there in this formation. And they'll give to the running back here. Maneuvering, finding a lane, and getting ahead for 11. The Western Kentucky offensive line doing a very good job here to start. Although they aren't the best on paper. Very good left guard there at 85 overall. Forget the name, but he is their top lineman. They go back to the running game here. Good cut to find another lane, but it is coming back to another hold, it looks like. An illegal block in the back, so it'll make it 2nd and 1. Penalties really hindering Western Kentucky's opening drive. And we send pressure here, and Veltkamp does get away from it. Hits his man at the sideline. That's Keshawn Johnson. His second catch already. Hit hard there at the sideline. Fresh set it down here for the Hilltoppers. Now inside the red zone. Veltkamp's going to keep this time. O'Leary could not come away with the tackle there in close quarters. That's our reserve safety out there in a formation sub, I suppose. As it's now 1st and goal at the 3. Western Kentucky moving the ball at will here to start the game. And they go back to the run. That was Westmoreland breaking through there into the backfield. Original stop there on Elijah Young. And he is taken down behind the line. Westmoreland, our top-rated player on our roster. The South Carolina transfer there at left end. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. They go back to the run. And he does get ahead. I think that was Elijah Young, or maybe the backup running back that time, pushed over the goal line. And Western Kentucky scores in front of the lively home fans in attendance. It's actually Hampton, not Young, on the touchdown, as the Hilltoppers bring it all the way down and score on their opening drive. Now the Kennesaw State offense out there. Davis Bryson, 2 passing touchdowns last week. Did throw a late interception, though. First play here, we'll go to Gabriel Benyard. Had a very productive day last week in that slot receiver running back role. He's filled that very well so far. He's been our most dynamic, most consistent player on offense. As now Michael Benfield checks into the backfield. And he does get his first call of the day. Swarmed before he could even get going off the exchange. And now it's going to bring up 3rd and 4. As we're set now at the 31-yard line. Bryson takes the snap. We'll go underneath there for Carson Kent. And we are stopped short there And we'll just hurry back to the line. And I do like the light box, so we'll call a quick one there to Benefield. And that works out well. Very risky call here early on. But we're trying to set the tone, especially we have to answer after that scoring drive. Western Kentucky had to open the day. Bring a little tempo now. 1st and 10 at the 44. And we'll go underneath there to Carson Kent again. This time he'll get 5. Now 2nd and 5 at the 49. We'll go touch pass there to Wallace. And he does get the edge to the sideline. And Tykeem Wallace will get 11. Wallace, the junior receiver, had his first touchdown reception last week. And now we're at the 39. Go screen here for Connor Finer. Haven't heard him too much this year, but he'll get 7. That might have been the first catch of the year for Connor Finer. I think a junior receiver. Now 2nd and 3. We'll go back to Benefield. And he gets 1. Now 3rd and 2. Benyard and Benefield in the backfield this time. And we'll go to Benyard. Good blocking there on the edge. Another block picked up there. Benyard gets ahead for 8 in the 1st. Upton Stout on the stop. One of the star corners here on this Western Kentucky defense. 89 overall Anthony Johnson Jr. and 87 overall Stout playing the perimeter here today for Western Kentucky. And we'll just swing that out for Benefield out of the backfield. A spin move. He gets ahead for 4. DJ Scott checks into the game here on 2nd and 6. He'll get the carry. The freshman running back. And a good carry that time, gets 12 on his first touch. We're going to go outside run here, but we'll go halfback dive instead here. Hopefully we can get some good blocks there into the 2nd level. Benyard on the carry gets a couple hit hard. As it's now going to be 2nd and goal. Try slants here. Looks like they might send some pressure. Bryson takes the snap. And we held there too long. We were trying to get Carson Kent. And Bryson hit as he threw. So now we'll go halfback angle here at the goal line. 3rd and 5. I'm sorry, 3rd and goal at the 5. Bryson takes the snap. We have Benyard there. And he hangs on for the touchdown. Gabriel Benyard has scored. I think maybe this is his 7th or 8th touchdown now on the year. Whether it's through the air or on the ground. Benyard finds the end zone as we put together a scoring drive to open the day. And we definitely needed to match what Western Kentucky put out there. Moving the ball at will. Our drive a little more methodical. And Gabriel Benyard, of course, who else, to find the end zone there. Wide open on that angle route. And that play has proven to be one of our most consistent. Benyard had 50 receiving yards last week. Now on for the extra point kick. Up and good as it's now 7-7. A 14-play, 75-yard drive for the Owls. The Hilltoppers offense back out there. 1st and 10 at the 25. I'm going to go to the run game there. Hopson can't bring him down, but Donelius Johnson there to clean it up. Both linebackers get home. As now 2nd and 11. The run defense seems to get stronger in the last few weeks as the game goes on. Less than a minute now left in this 1st quarter. They'll go right back to the running game. Hopson and Johnson again. Tag team there for the run stop. Elijah Young nothing doing. As it'll be 3rd and 10 now at the 25. They don't have to call a play here. We'll see what they decide to do. Maybe take it into the 2nd quarter. They do not. They'll call a play. They're going to go deep down the field. Washington. And he picks it off. Jericho Washington. Going to spin away from a man there. And he's forced out at the 41. To close the half, Western Kentucky takes a shot. And Jericho Washington will be on the other end of that to answer the call. As a big play for the Owls going into the 2nd quarter. And I'm kind of at a loss right now. We haven't seen too many big plays like that on defense. Just the 3rd forced interception on the year. Washington, I think, had 2 last year. And Veldkamp hit as he threw, take a deep shot there. And Jericho Washington, he is at threat of transferring. And we really can't have that happen. He's going to be a staple on this defense over the course of his career if he does stay in Kennesaw. But the Owls will take over now as we start this 2nd quarter. Kind of jumped out of my seat on that one. Was not expecting Washington to be on the other end of that one. Now 1st and 10. Good field position now at the 41. Washington got like maybe 15 or so on a return there. Benefield just ahead for 1. Now 2nd and 9. We go play action for the first time today. Bryson just barely able to get rid of that one as pressure broke down. As we'll now face 3rd and 9. I think we'll try flood. Looks like Moss, maybe Benyard there at the sideline. Bryson takes the snap. Trying to get Moss there. And Christian Moss fights ahead for the first down. His first catch of the day. Like Wallace, we mentioned earlier, Wallace had his first touchdown catch of the year last game, as well as did Moss. Now first down, we'll go to Benyard. Working it up the middle for 5. 2nd and 5 now in Hilltoppers territory. So we go option there for Daniels. And that is not going to get anything. A big loss that time. I wasn't expecting Daniels to be the go-to guy there on the pitch. But I should have known better as it developed. We still committed to it. And we, you know, you live and you learn, especially off that play when we don't really run too much. Try to mix in some new things. Now 3rd and 11 at the 48. We have Wallace, and he hangs on for the catch. Good read there from Bryson. You know, just on a little fly route there. Got open. And the defender did kind of close in pretty well, but we live to see a fresh set of downs now. First down at the 26. A big conversion there. Benyard, good run. Spins away from the crowd there. And another first down. Moving the ball pretty well here consistently. First down at the 15. Waited too long and then threw into triple coverage there. Not sure what we were thinking. But luckily, it bats harmlessly to the ground. As it's now 2nd and 10. Only 4 interceptions thrown so far by Davis Bryson. Good block there, picked up. Trying to spin away there. Not Benefield's best move. And now 3rd and 4 at the 9. Again, we'll try halfback angle here inside the 10. Bryson takes a snap. Benyard is open, and he hauls that in down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal at the 4. You got a lot of chances here to pound it in. Try Benyard there, and that DN goes in untouched, and we backtrack 3 yards. And that now makes it 2nd and goal from the 7. Bryson takes the snap. I'm just trying to step up. Bryson breaks a tackle and slips into the end zone as Kennesaw State silencing the home crowd here to at least a little bit, you know, compared to how they were going at the start of the game. And the Owls steal the lead now. Western Kentucky went down, a big scoring drive to open. Kennesaw State answered, forced a turnover, and have now found the end zone again here for consecutive scoring drives. Bryson on the drop back, committed to the run there, slipped away from a tackle, and he finds the end zone. I think his first rushing touchdown of the year. It took us a while to kind of get comfortable in the pocket with him, but now we're kind of coming to form, it looks like. Extra point up and good, and again, Kennesaw State has a lead this week. Hopefully this time we can hold. The 1-6 Owls lead the 6-1 Hilltoppers. Western Kentucky, one of the top teams here in Conference USA. As here on the return, brought down at the 21. Velt can't back out there after taking a shot, and he was intercepted. And now off the play action, hits his tight end. And again, Western Kentucky on a hold. And we might have to mess with the holding sliders. We have it even for AI and user, I believe. I'm sorry, that was a legal man downfield, but we do have it even across the board, I think, for user and AI. So we should be getting similar results, but we actually haven't had any penalties so far. But that certainly hasn't been the case throughout the majority of this season. Now 1st and 15 at the 16. They go to the run here. Thought I might have seen another illegal block in the back or something, but nothing called. And Elijah Young, a good carry there. Gets a lot of that yardage back. And more. Now 2nd and 2 at the 28. 5:10 remaining here in the half. I'm going to go back to the running game there. Westmoreland and Hopson there to make the play on the edge. That's not going to force 3rd and 3. 3rd and short here for the Hilltoppers. And they're going to go back to the run. and a gap opens up there. Gap integrity has been a Achilles heel here for our defense so far this season. And the offensive line for Western Kentucky did a very good job for opening that lane up. An easy first down for Western Kentucky. We'll go back to the running game here. Nothing doing there in congestion, although he does get 4. 2nd and 6. Camp again going to hand it off. And nothing doing that time. Swarmed at the line for no gain. 3rd and 6. We'll see if the Owls defense can get another big time stop. Camp on the drop back. Plenty of time to throw. And finally hit there in the pocket. Got rid of that one. And tremendous coverage downfield for the Kennesaw State secondary. Camp had all the time in the world to throw that time, but couldn't find an open man, had to get rid of it. Now Wallace just going to fair catch that at the 32, and the Owls offense back out there. 2:53 remaining here in this first half of play, leading by a touchdown. We'll go play action. Through the wrong man there, lobbed it up, and Benefield couldn't haul that in. Meant to go for Carson Kent there, but ended up tapping Y. Not what we were trying to do. Now 2nd down. Go to the run game this time. Benyard, another carry. He's been very good. He gets 7. Now 3rd and 3. We're going to run it. I think we'll go Y stick. Try and get one of these quick passes to the Kent or Daniels there. One of the tight ends. As we near the 2-minute warning. Bryson takes the snap. And we'll go for Daniels. And he hauls that in. Just what we wanted. We had that defender kind of breaking down there, but Daniels able to haul it in before the defender responded. And now a fresh set of downs as we do hit the 2-minute warning. Here we're audible to a run up the middle. Go to Benefield here. And he fights ahead for 4. Now we'll start going hurry up. Go weak flood. We'll have Benyard, and he can't haul that one in. Good play there by the DB. That's not going to force a 3rd and 6. Go slot corner. I think Bohannon might be the guy here on this one. Very reliable on 3rd down he's been. Instead we'll go for Benyard. And he just barely gets ahead, so we're going to hurry back here. We'll let time wind down, but I think we will go for it. I think we'll just give it to Benefield right up the middle. Although we'll probably actually just call a timeout at the 1-minute mark or so. So we called a timeout with 1:03 remaining. And I really would like to go for it in this spot. I think we'll send the offense out, see how it looks. Worst case, we just take a delay of game and punt it away. I mean, I think Benefield would be able to manage here in this spot, but I don't want to push it too much. So we'll just go false start. I don't want to be too overzealous here. We still got to play our game, and our defense has shown up. So hopefully we can get a stop here at the end of the half. See if we can pin him back. Have a little more better fortune when it comes to the punting game this week. That's going to be so short. I don't know why. Short-handed every time. The 2 number 15s out there just like ran into each other. Almost forced a botched punt there. But Western Kentucky survived that scare, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 27. 56 seconds remaining in the half. Hilltoppers all their timeouts remaining. Camp has a man there, finds a soft spot, and that's going to be a quick hit all the way down to the 50 as they burn their first timeout. Now Western Kentucky quickly into Kennesaw State territory. So go quick one that time. That'll go for 7 as they burn their second timeout now. Now it's 2nd and 3. Camp on the drop back. Over the middle, hits his man. I think that's Dalvin Smith. And his first catch of the day goes for 17. That moves Western Kentucky now down to the 25 as they're moving the ball quite well now. I knew we maybe should have just took a chance and went for it there on that 4th down, but had faith in the defense up to this point. Washington makes a good tackle there as Western Kentucky going to hurry back. Just one timeout remaining now at the 20. Feldkamp gets the call. 20 seconds now remaining. And he's going to be hit by Westmoreland. We couldn't bring him down. He shakes the sack. Is able to get the throw off. As now to be 3rd and 4 at the 20. And a sack there would have been huge. It would have kept the clock moving. Maybe they burned their last timeout in that spot. But instead the clock stops. Now 3rd and 4 at the 20. Feldkamp. Quick one that time. Spins away off the tackle. As they move now inside the 10. They burn their final timeout. 9 seconds remaining, so that's risky. Because here, if you're stopped short of the touchdown, that's probably the half. They wouldn't run it here, would they? And they are going to pass. They go towards the end zone, and they hit their man. Western Kentucky does score here as the half comes to an end to tie it up. And we could not hold them to a field goal attempt. Very quick orchestrated scoring drive here by Feldkamp and the offense, as they are going to knot it back up as we go into halftime. And that will take us into halftime, all knotted up here from Bowling Green, Kentucky. A great start from Kennesaw State, although we couldn't do enough to go out of the half with the lead. Very good job there at the end by Western Kentucky to tie it up. As you see their rushing comparisons, 17 for 72 for Kennesaw State. Not the best showing offensively, at least on the ground game. We've gotten stopped short on a few, but Bryson and the passing game doing enough to kind of keep us going here, keep our heads above water, as we have been pretty solid, over the past 2 or 3 weeks. And we do get the ball here to start, which is obviously a great way to start the second half. Tied up here, and we're just going to fair catch this one, take over at the 25. That was offense out there to start. Let's do a quick check down there for Kent. He hangs on through a hit, picks up 9. Bryson now 12 for 17 for 90 passing yards. Does have that rushing touchdown as well. Benefield, a carry up the middle, bounces off a tackle, gets 5. First down out to 39. Go back to Benefield. Stiff arms a man, gets ahead for 6 yards. A tough run there from Benefield. Running with some authority here to start the half. As DJ Scott checks back into the game, had a nice 12-yard carry earlier. We'll give it right back to him. Gets ahead for 2. Splits the yardage in half, now 3rd and 2. Go back to the running game here, see if Benyard can pick it up. He's really been emerging as a good between the tackles runner. Even though his skill set you would think would be better for outside runs. And a good one that time, gets 9 in the first. Another fresh set for the Owls. Pass batted at the line, almost intercepted there off the ricochet. But the D lineman there couldn't hang on, so incomplete, second down. Here at the 44, Bryson takes the snap. Go Benyard there towards the sideline, and he gets up the sideline going as he's forced out there at the 20. Bryson now at 114 passing yards. Benyard continues to be an exciting weapon on this offense. Whether he's in the backfield, out wide, in the slot, doesn't matter. Now up to 39 receiving yards in addition to what he has on the ground. Now the Owls inside the red zone. Bryson will keep on the option, and the pitch goes astray. And Benyard luckily able to get back and get the ball, as that's going to be 2nd and 19. Maybe should have just kept it. We've been pretty good on the options there, pretty clean with them. But that time Bryson misfires on the pitch. And we're all the way back now to the 29. And we'll go to our run here, just try and get back some yardage. And we go to Benefield. And really nothing doing. Brings up 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18 at the 28. Try to hit Benyard here on a screen. And he does get out into space, but not going to be enough to pick up the first. But that does bring us into manageable field goal range. It'll be a 33-yard field goal here for Britton Williams to take the lead. Kicking against 12-mile-per-hour winds. Kick is up. And that's off the right upright. And we miss from 33 yards out. Field goals have not been kind to us. Last week we missed one. It was a 51-yarder, though. Came up just short. And this time with the wind, I guess I didn't account too much for that. It looked like it was pretty straightforward win. Wasn't really tipping it either way. And Britton Williams off the upright. And the game is still tied here. Can't come away with points there on the opening drive here in the second half. And we'll see what Western Kentucky can do. They'll start with the running game. Been a heavy dose of run for the Hilltoppers. They get 4 that time from Young. So many shortcomings. Every single game it seems like we have a big shortcoming that kind of dictates how the game is going to turn out. Usually not in our favor. And now they'll swing that out. Western Kentucky, good block picked up there as they do pick up the first down. After this game, though, we'll be 2/3 of the way through year 1. Just 4 games remaining. And Young going to cut that back. Works up field. I think 25 that time as he works across the logo into Owls territory. And we'll see if the defense can hang strong now on their side of the field. Beltcamp. Play action. And he's going to be brought down. We sent pressure. That's Nick Sawyer, the slot corner, getting home for the sack. A big-time play when we needed it. And now the Hilltoppers backed up 2nd and 18 back into their own territory. Nick Sawyer, a sophomore corner, projects to be a starter. I mean, he's been kind of a starter in the slot, but maybe a starter on the outside next year if we need him to kick out there, assuming, well, we'll see what happens with Jericho Washington. As I mentioned, he's kind of on the verge of transferring away, so if he doesn't stay in Kennesaw, Sawyer might be called upon in an expanded role. So Western Kentucky now goes empty. Beltcamp just going to go underneath there for Smith. And now to just get 3 yards. 3rd and 15. We'll bring out Dime. Go cover 6. Here the Hilltoppers at midfield. 3rd and very long. They're going to audible. I think we'll just stand pat. And he does hit his man there. They found a soft spot. And that was the touchdown score from earlier. Eastern Messer having a huge game. That's kind of a crippling hit there for our defense. 3rd and 15 and a very good throw there from Beltcamp, squeezing it in and finding his open man. And they go underneath. We had, I'm not sure who that was, going towards the ball. Might have been able to get a hand on it. Maybe an interception, but sold out, missed. And Elijah Young able to get up the sideline for a little bit. Now 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard pickup. Beltcamp going to give. And a good play there in the lane by Hopson. 3rd and 3 now. Western Kentucky with 4 receivers out there, but I'm thinking run. They do go run, but we still are short on the stop. And it looks like another flag for this offense. Legal block in the back all the way there in the end zone. And this penalty certainly does have to get nerfed a little bit, but I'm not going to complain about it in this game. Now it's going to be 3rd and 8 at the 27. Gives us another chance. 1:30 now remaining here in the 3rd. Beltcamp, they're going to go screen. Big tackle there, but they do get the first down, just barely. Fresh set for Western Kentucky. Now inside the red zone. Tie game here in Bowling Green. Now less than a minute left in the 3rd. And they're going to go a little screen that time. Gets head for 9. Good rhythm throw there for Beltcamp. Hits his man, Michael Matheson. His 2nd catch of the day, now up to 15 yards. 2nd and 1 now at the 9. And we'll go back to the run game here. And that's going to be a touchdown for Elijah Young as the Hilltoppers take the lead. Back up in front for the first time after being up 7-0. And hopefully our Kennesaw State offense can answer back after another Hilltoppers touchdown. 15 seconds remaining now in the 3rd as the Owls now trailing take over at the 25. Bryson over the middle there for Bohannon. And Bohannon gets 17, leads our team in yards per catch entering this week at 14.2. And that'll boost it a little bit. So that'll take us into the 4th quarter. A good game here in Bowling Green as the Hilltoppers lead 21-14 here in Conference USA play. The 1-6 Owls looking to take down the 6-1 Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, as we see there Oregon and Michigan play this week. So the number 2 undefeated 8-0 Ducks play the number 4 Michigan Wolverines there in a top 5 matchup. Dylan Gabriel currently leading the Heisman race there for Oregon. Back to the action though, as we'll start the fourth quarter at the 42. Go Benyard, try to work this to the outside. Blocking does pick up a little bit, cuts back, and he'll get 3. Now 2nd and 7. Go option here for Benefield. And again, we're trying to spin move with Benefield too much, not his go-to move. I think we just got to try and run over the defender head on with him next time. Now 3rd and 5. See if we can convert. Sitting in the pocket too long, going to try to escape, and we can't get away from the linebacker there. We do rush back to the line. Probably not a spot we want to go for it in. See what we're working with at least. I kind of like how it looks, but this is super risky. We're just going to go for it. Bohannon, and we get it. Z-Spot. Super dependable. If you followed my Marquette Dynasty, you know Z-Spot was always one of our go-to passing plays, especially on 3rd and short. And that one extends the drive. Big call that time, big conversion. Now Benyard, good spin move there, gets ahead for 6. Now 2nd and 4 at the 40. Go play action. Try and dump that off for the running back as they brought pressure, couldn't get rid of it. Now 3rd down. Bryson takes the snap. Gonna roll to the right. A lot of grass ahead. And we'll take what the defense gives us. Get 14. Now down to the 26. Go stretch here for Benyard. Good spin move. Benyard really coming alive here on these touches we're giving him out of the backfield as he gets 13. Go right back to him. Nothing doing that time, just one up the middle. Now 2nd and 9. Bryson takes the snap. Gonna try and step up, but brought down. And he's gonna get sacked again that time. Now it's gonna be 3rd and 10 now at the 13. And we'll see how this one goes. Bryson takes the snap. Gonna roll to the right. Gonna run a lot of grass ahead, and Bryson will scramble for the touchdown. Really using his legs in this one. His 2nd rushing touchdown, as I mentioned earlier, had none coming into this game. And now 2, as Kennesaw State an extra point away from tying this one up. Davis Bryson really kind of cementing himself as the leader of this offense as we've gone on. Gabriel Benyard, our big play guy, but Bryson has been very reliable, very stable back there. And when we can take advantage of his legs like that, adds a little different layer to the offense. But we need the extra point first to square this one up. Kick is up and good. Now 6:26 remaining, 21 all. The Hilltoppers take over now at the 25. Beltcamp gonna throw that one away. Good man coverage that time. Kind of sold out there playing cover 1. Kind of risky, especially against this offense. They've had a few big hits, but we've held our own. Now 2nd down at the 25 still. Young gonna split out wide. Beltcamp takes the snap, go over the middle, quick one, as they do pick up the 1st down. We're gonna bring a free safety blitz this time out of dime. They do go to the run. Westmoreland had him on the edge, but got beat there one-on-one, but Sidney Porter there to clean it up. He had a big game last week, and what was almost a win against the Liberty Flames. Now 2nd down at the 35. Beltcamp gonna give to his running back, and Jordan Miles all over that one. A huge play. Make it 3rd and 13. Beltcamp should have probably kept it, but instead decided to give it to his running back, and Jordan Miles has been probably our most consistent player up front this year. Another big-time run stop. Now 3rd and 13. They're going to try and go screen. Blocking sets up, And they do get the first down. I thought we were going to get him, but very good vision there by Elijah Young working through his blocks. And Western Kentucky just barely able to stay alive there. Good play call, 3rd and 13. Go screen. Let your playmaking running back do the rest. Now a running play there to get 5. Less than 4 minutes now in the game. 2nd and 5 at the 43. Again, they'll go empty as the back splits out wide. Beltcamp. And he's going to be sacked, or breaks the sack. And then finally, Tylon Dunlap, Donovan Westmoreland get there. And our pass rush kind of coming alive here down the stretch. Huge play there for our defense, but it's not over yet. 3rd and 13. We gave up a big play on 3rd down earlier. Was that Nick Sawyer home originally? We brought a blitz, and Nick Sawyer had a sack earlier. Yeah, they give him credit. So the sophomore corner now a sack and a half on the day. And who would have thought that coming in? 3rd and 13 now out of field goal range. Need to get a stop here. And that's going to backtrack them even more. False start, bring him back 5. Make it now 3rd and 18. And they go screen again here. And they do pick up some good yardage now down to the 44. But they will have to punt, so bailed out that time. A penalty and a sack, and that stalls out what looks to be a promising Western Kentucky drive. That one almost just straight up in the air. Will fair catch that at the 20. I'm sorry, the 21. And now the Owls a chance to take the late lead. We haven't been able to capitalize here in late game situations, but hopefully different fortune this time. We'll go outside run here for Benyard. Good blocking. Benyard again showing off that spin move. And now down to the 35. Michael Benefield now in there. And so get the carry. Takes that up the middle for 2. Now 2nd and 8 as we do hit the 2-minute warning. Go Benefield here. Couldn't pick up that block in the 2nd level. That'll make it 3rd and 7 now. And this is a really big play. We don't convert, we give it right back to Western Kentucky. Audible, try and get Benyard. And we are going to hit Benyard. He's going to haul that in. Now up the sideline into Western Kentucky territory. Good play call that time to switch it up. As now we're down to the 44. 10, 15, probably 15, 20 more yards for field goal range. Try and catch him off guard. A run for Benyard. Good blocking opens up. We'll get 5. Now to the 39 again. We'll just audible to a run. We'll take what they're giving us. A light box there. And we still have all our timeouts, so we don't have to rush. Benefield does get ahead, and Western Kentucky actually going to call a timeout. It's going to be 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches. Looks like they are going to send pressure, but I think we actually will go slant flats here. Bryson takes the snap. Carson Kent, we should have done run after catch, but got too conservative and just had him haul that in on the possession catch. So now we're at the 30. Western Kentucky burns another timeout. As I guess you would call this field goal range. Go back to Benyard. Take that up the middle as the Hilltoppers burn their final timeout. And I guess we're just going to try and run this one ahead. More so into field goal range. So it'll be 2nd and 7, 1:02 remaining here at the 27. DJ Scott, the power back, into the game, gets the carry. And now it'll be 3rd and 3 at the 30, or I'm sorry, at the 23. This would be a 41-yard field goal attempt. We'll let the clock burn down a little bit past the 42nd mark. And that this might be the last play from scrimmage before we go for a field goal attempt. We'll go back to DJ Scott, try and center it up. As we do get ahead for 4 more, so that'll make it a 36-yard field goal attempt here for Kennesaw State's first victory in conference play. So we took a timeout now, 3 seconds remaining. This is obviously the last play here. Hopefully Hopefully we don't go to overtime, but a 36-yard field goal attempt here for Britton Williams for our first win in Conference USA play. Kick is up, and that's wide left, and we shanked what would have been the game-winning kick. Oh my goodness, 2 missed field goals in this game. That one was right down the middle, and we never go max on the power. Held it too long that time. And Britton Williams, that goes wide left. So we are going to get some overtime football here. I cannot believe we messed that one up. First overtime action here in this series. 21 all going into OT. Our defense did a tremendous job there to force this, but our offense couldn't carry their end of the stick. So, you know the rules. You want to be on defense first. After the first 2 sequences in overtime for each side, then you are forced to go for 2 points. So we'll see how this goes. I believe you start at the 25 or the 35 in opponent territory. It looks like we did lose the coin toss. So we'll start out now at the 25, and Benyard, I think, is a little banged up. We'll start play action here. And we whipped that right to a defender. We had a lot of time to throw, which typically isn't the case, but that time, a lot of time to throw there in the pocket. Good pass protection. Now 2nd down. Bryson takes the snap. Gonna roll to the right. Go for the end zone. Bohannon had hands on it. And there is a flag. Is that going to be defensive pass interference? I don't think we've seen that. And Anthony Johnson, their top-rated corner, is going to be the culprit. So that kind of bails us out. Now 1st and goal now at the 10. And I got to fix this. Want to see if Benyard is fully healthy now. And he's not still hobbled a little bit off the wear and tear. So unfortunately, it looks like Benyard really not going to be a piece in our offense right now. Don't want to risk further injury. So DJ Scott now will take this to the outside. Breaks a tackle. And the freshman DJ Scott into the end zone as the Owls take the lead here in this first overtime. Anthony Johnson Jr. on that defensive pass interference really bailed us out and gave us new life as DJ Scott now another touchdown. Mentioned he had his first one a couple games ago. And now Owls back in front. See if Britton Williams can convert this time. We haven't missed an extra point, so at least we have that going for us, as it's now 28-21. And now the Hilltoppers will have a go. See if the Kennesaw State defense can hang strong like we did there in the second half. Voltkamp over the middle, and he hits his man. It takes one play for the Hilltoppers to find the end zone. And Voltkamp is not messing around. Make it 28-28 now. The Hilltoppers strike first. I'm sorry, they strike quick. And they tie it back up here. And we'll do it again now. The Hilltoppers back out there on offense. Right back where they were. And they go to the running game this time for Elijah Young. Big hit coming off a block there was Nick Sawyer. Make it 2nd and 1. The Hilltoppers now to 16. Voltkamp to throw. Working left. And he has a man there checking it down to Elijah Young. That'll be a 1st and goal now at the 2. We are selling out for the run this time. And they're going to throw. And we are going to get the sack. That's Westmoreland. We had man coverage. And our men held up strong. Donovan Westmoreland, our premier pass rusher here. He's had a couple pressures. I think Voltkamp's actually escaped a sack earlier, but not this time. As Westmoreland, a big sack here in overtime, working against the tight end. And Voltkamp probably, I would have thought, had a man kind of breaking open at that point. But luckily, Westmoreland gets home before Voltkamp can do anything with it. Now to be 2nd and goal from the 9. Voltkamp going to give to Young. As Young again stopped there at the 2-yard line. Going to be 3rd and goal at the 2. And again, we're just going to sell out for the run here. Go back in man-on-man. Have our 4-4 front out there. Man in motion. And they go to Young, and he finds the end zone. Working there off the tackle. And the Hilltoppers back in front now. As Kennesaw State has to answer. I thought it was after the second sequence of overtime you had to go for 2, but I guess it's after the first, unless Western Kentucky just going for the win pretty much in this situation. So they go to the running back. He cuts up the middle for the touchdown. I'm sorry, for the 2-point conversion. And now our back's against the wall, 36-28. We need a touchdown, and we need a 2-point conversion. And that does not sound easy whatsoever. Go to a halfback dive here with Benyard. I'm going to assume he's back and healthy if he's back out there. Gets the carry, goes up the middle, and he gets 6. Now to 100 rushing yards. Now 2nd and 4 at the 19. Go screen there for Wallace. Good block there by Moss, and Wallace going to dive in for the touchdown. He had one last week, gave him another one. Got the matchup we wanted that time, and he does the rest with his speed up the sideline. And now it all comes down to a 2-point conversion here, as we're at 36-34 here in the second overtime. Going to go wide trail here. Game on the line. Bryson takes the snap. Go for DJ Scott there, and he gets the 2-point conversion. And we are still alive. A lot of drama here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, as we're now going to triple overtime, a 36-36 ball game. Okay, so now we actually alternate 2-point conversions. I was not aware of that. I was talking about the OT rules in the beginning, like I knew what I was talking about, but clearly I did not. I think here we're audible to Z spot. I would like to flip it if we can get the play off in time. So we need this one pretty much. Bryson takes the snap. We have Moss, and he hangs on there for the 2-point conversion. Good switch there on the play call again. Good adjustments we're making here in this game. And now we're a stop away. Western Kentucky goes empty here. We're going to bring some pressure. And they go with the quarterback draw, and we get the stop. And Kennesaw State wins our first conference game as a member of the Conference USA. What a game this was. Triple overtime thriller. And the Owls able to come away on top. A stunner here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The 6-1, well now 6-2 Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, as now the Kennesaw State Owls advance to 2-6. Our first conference win. Davis Bryce in a tremendous game. And we should have done it in regulation there on one of those field goals, but we'll take the result. Made it that more interesting, that more exciting, and that more meaningful. We're now 2-6, 4 games left on the year, and like I've stressed in past episodes, we really have just been finding our form, and what a tremendous past couple episodes it's been. I really would like to go back and review that play. I didn't even really see who was on the stop. So like I said, we were bringing pressure here, and they just go quarterback draw, and that's 31. I think that's Jam Warren, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of hard to navigate here in this menu. A huge stop there, and that does it for the win. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. What an episode this was. Probably the most fun I've had playing this game. I was kind of down after that missed field goal at the end. I thought that was going to do it, but it did not. But we still won anyway. Not every win is the same. You have to get there in different ways, but we got there, and we now have 2 wins to our credit here. A lot better than what I was expecting, than what we were seeing just a few episodes back. So as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.